What is up, guys? How are we doing? Welcome back to the Jedi In Exile. You're joined by me, it's Tats, and the ever-charming, the Norfolk Lion. Brian, how are we doing?
Stop it. Yeah, really good. Thank you. Really, really excited about this one.
Yeah, so we are going to be covering a massive topic today on what is likely to be quite a short video, to be honest. So we're going to be chatting all things Kenobi. So
This is probably, sorry, I just need to get this off my chest. This is probably the most excited I've been about something Star Wars coming out since Revenge of the Sith at the start of May 2005. Like,
let's.
there's no understating how excited I am for this.
So I guess a couple of things that we need to cover off really quickly that are actually important and confirmed, because we're going to be talking a lot of speculation as well. This video, release date,
Yes.
25th of May.
Yeah, which is significant.
Yeah. So it is. It's the anniversary, isn't it?
Yeah, of A New Hope, 45 years
So
to the day.
so huge like fan service there to releasing it on the
Yeah.
25th.
Everybody just assumed it would be May the 4th, but
Or,
that's like, they're like, no, it's too obvious.
Although there's now rumours flying about that we're going to get something else on May the 4th, so we'll see.
Season 2, we'll see.
Might do a little video on that one. So yeah, confirmed for May the 25th. Counting down the days, going to be incredible. And we very recently got this image, which has now become the Kenobi series image of Obi Wan.
Him looking a bit ragtag.
We assume on Tatooine, holding a lightsaber, and very, very interesting to see whose lightsaber it was.
Yeah, because it's Luke / Anakin / Rey's.
It's the Skywalker saber, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Yeah, which is interesting. Because like, why would he have it? He's got his own. So
I mean, we know he has it because we know that he gives it to Luke, right? But it's just very interesting that.
we just assume it's in like that chest thingy opens up.
Well, it's just interesting to kind of see that he's walking through the desert with that. And obviously, we don't know whether this image is going to be something from the show or whether it's just being used as a promo image. But either way, it's just a very interesting choice by the team to explicitly call out that lightsaber. So let's kind of fire into a few things that we know are certain. So the series is going to be directed by Deborah Chow.
Yep, who we know already, as you can see from people watching on YouTube. You can see the picture. She directed 2 episodes of The Mandalorian in season 1, episode 3 and episode 7. So we're familiar with her. She's familiar with Star Wars. And from everything, I mean, the actors are probably going to say this, aren't they? But everybody seems super excited to have been working with her. I know Hayden Christensen and Ewan McGregor both said how great she's been as a director. So that's exciting. And the Mandalorian episodes that she did were really, really cool as well. So one of them, episode 3, was the one that was set on like that luscious green planet where we meet Cara Dune, I think, is episode 3.
Yeah.
And episode 7 actually features Cara Dune again. It's where we first meet Moff Gideon. So she's done a couple of really good episodes of Mandalorian. I think I like that. It's obviously, it's Dave Filoni, it's Jon Favreau, isn't it? It's all these people who are linked to it. They're keeping the same directors, the people they know and they trust with the story. They got Bryce Dallas Howard from The Mandalorian. She's directing the Book of Boba Fett. They've now got Deborah Chow. They've got I know I'm not going to be able to pronounce this. Taika Waititi. He directed a Mandalorian episode. He's penciled in for a Star Wars film for next year. So it's just they've got like almost like a core of directors, like an inner circle that they just use for different series and films. And it's exciting because they're people who obviously must be passionate to be trusted by Dave Filoni and Kathleen Kennedy. They must be passionate about Star Wars. So yeah, really exciting that we've got her.
Yeah, 100%. As you said, proven Star Wars track record. So I don't think anyone can be too upset at this, and really excited to kind of see where we go. The huge news, which we kind of covered off when we chatted about some Kenobi rumours a little while ago, when there was a lot less information floating about as to what was going on, is the return of the great Hayden Christensen.
Yeah, this was like one of the most exciting points, I think, for a fan, because it's not just the fact of he's going to be in the suit as Vader. It's we're going to be seeing scenes of Anakin and Obi-Wan like pre-Vader, which is just going to be electric. It's almost like we're going to be seeing live-action Clone Wars. So I think that's probably what I'm most excited about. It's not really to see Obi-Wan's story going forward. It's to see these, if they're going to be flashbacks.
Do you know what?
And it's been confirmed that he like, it's not just him coming back for Vader. He's coming back to play Anakin.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm so stoked for that.
I just feel like on a really personal level, I'm so happy for him. Yeah. In that he got such a bad rap for episode 2 and episode 3 that I just really want to see him kind of get into retribution, show people that he really can kind of act, because I feel like he just got such a bad reputation off the back of that.
Anakin was written as like a whiny kid in episode 2, and it seems like, and we didn't really see enough of him in episode 3, but episode 2 he's just this whiny kid. Well, it's obviously written that way, like, you know. So no, I'm really excited for him, like you say, because he's not really been able to escape being Anakin. It's almost been held against him. So no, apart from Ewan McGregor coming back, who Obi Wan Kenobi is just my favourite character, so I just love Ewan McGregor. But I'm really excited to see Hayden Christensen and Ewan McGregor back as well. And that's not the only people that are coming back characters-wise that we see. So we know that episode 3 ends with Luke, there we see, being handed by Obi-Wan to Uncle Owen and Aunt Beru. So we know that the Kenobi series is set 10 years after Revenge of the Sith, so we know that's going to be 10 years before A New Hope. So it'll be interesting to see if we see much of, the where Aunt Beru and Uncle Owen live with Luke on Tatooine, whether we see much of that, whether Obi-Wan kind of interacts with them. So whether we see them much in the series, we don't know. But we do know that it's set 10 years after Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah, so I mean, there's in the Star Wars comic runs, in the main Star Wars comic runs, which I think are just called Star Wars, we actually get Luke kind of goes back to Obi-Wan's like hut on Tatooine, and he finds a journal, and in that journal, Obi-Wan's written down kind of some of the things that he's done while he's been on Tatooine, and he has a few run-ins with Owen, because he tries to kind of there's bits where he kind of tries to encourage Luke. He manages to find parts for Luke to build a speeder that he's crashed so that he can go back flying again, and Owen really doesn't like it. So I think I think it'd be interesting to see what they do here, but I don't see how they can tell this story without at least including them a little bit.
Yeah, I agree. Speaking about just what I've read before, so I know there's the comics, but I've read the Kenobi book, which off the top of my head I think is by John Jackson Miller, who's written a few Star Wars books. And I believe the Kenobi book is now non-canon. But that story starts off with Obi-Wan every day goes to check on Luke. And I think the story is set about 3 or 4 years after Revenge of the Sith, because Luke is like playing with toys and can kind of almost force them towards himself with the Force.
Yeah.
And Obi-Wan says already you can tell he's going to be like strong with the Force, but he goes and like stays back. He's basically like scouting Luke without actually going near Luke. He's just obviously making sure that no harm's going to come to him. So it will be interesting to see, because Luke clearly knows Ben Kenobi and knows who he is because of what we see in A New Hope. He hears the name Obi Wan Kenobi and he's like, oh, it must be a relation of Ben. So they clearly know each other. So yeah, it'll just be really exciting to see what happens.
Yeah, definitely. So shifting it on, we know for a fact that there's some casting announcements that have come out. However, some of the character information is quite vague. So one of the actors, I'm gonna butcher the pronunciation for the next however many minutes this video's running for, so please everyone bear with me. But Kumail Nanjiani has been confirmed in the cast as a returning character, but that is all we know. So as a character that has featured within Star Wars before, that's not been said whether or not that's Star Wars movies, Star Wars TV shows, or books or comics. So it literally could be anyone. I know you've got some theories, but
Yeah, so my big one, as soon as I saw him and it said that he was a recurring character, I think he's Anakin's friend from episode 1, who is like the only one of Anakin's mates who doesn't make fun of him about building the pod racer and entering it into the big Boonta Eve race. I think it's him. He's also celebrating with Anakin when he wins. Like I just think it's him. If it is him, I will be so excited because he's actually in one of the non-canon books again, called Tatooine Ghost. Leia and Han go back to Tatooine and manage to actually speak to him. The story, there's different bits to the story, but they meet him and he says, "Oh yeah, Anakin, I used to basically run around with him, and he was such a nice, sweet boy." And they don't actually know that he turned into Darth Vader. Obviously, they just think that he died with the Jedi.
it'd be interesting to see how big a part he plays. It's quite a hot property at the moment, obviously off the back of Eternals. So be interesting to see whether he's a recurring character, whether he maybe only has, like he makes an appearance in one episode, or what the script is. So definitely one to watch. The next one that we've got on our list, as confirmed but still some speculation around exactly what's going on, is Sung Kang.
Yeah.
So famous from the Fast and Furious franchise in particular. So being confirmed that he is a character that has a lightsaber, but that is the only thing that has been confirmed.
Yeah, so we might see, and it'll be interesting to see how Obi-Wan, or how they find each other, basically. Because Obi-Wan clearly is the one, him and Yoda in episode 3 changed the code to say, basically run for your life, go into hiding. We've been compromised. So it'll be interesting to see the story of how they meet, if it is a lightsaber character. So that's really exciting. And because we know the story is going to start on Tatooine, obviously, and then apparently it goes to a watery planet, amongst other planets. So there's obviously going to be, kind of much like we've seen on The Mandalorian, different planets, different kind of missions, if you like. I think it's going to follow that same kind of theme, and look for the Disney original Star Wars series. So, but no, exciting that we'll see maybe another lightsaber.
And then the last one is, we know that Robert Friend has been cast, and we also know it's been confirmed that there's going to be Inquisitors. So my kind of pick on Sung Kang is that his character is going to be an Inquisitor, and that's where the lightsaber comes in. That's my hot take from this video. But Robert Friend is confirmed cast. Currently, rumours flying around that he is not just going to play an Inquisitor, but he's going to be playing the Grand Inquisitor. So for those that aren't familiar, the Grand Inquisitor features in the Rebels TV series, and is essentially a Jedi Temple guard who's been corrupted and become an Inquisitor, and is kind of...
And Inquisitors are there, you basically Vader's kind of disciples that Vader uses to go and hunt down the Jedi. So I think we always kind of assume that Vader himself used to hunt down all the Jedi, but actually he just gets his Inquisitors to do it, and Vader comes for like the big boys.
So really interesting dynamic, actually. So in the comics, that relationship is really expanded upon as to how he kind of trained them, because he didn't want anything to do with them, and the Emperor kind of put him in charge of them and was very much kind of train them, and doesn't think that any of them are worthy enough to kind of serve the Empire and stuff. So be interesting, because we don't know that much about the Grand Inquisitor other than the fact that he was a Jedi Temple guard and then corrupted. We don't know how that happened, how that came about, anything in between, and we don't know much about his training. So be interesting to kind of see that one.
Yeah, I think this is going to fill a lot of holes in the story, and I think that think what we'll finish on is one of the biggest things, rumours, is that we're going to see another Vader and Kenobi fight, which for me, and I know we spoke about it on one of the other shows we've done, the line in A New Hope where, well, there's two lines, Vader outside the Millennium Falcon is like, I'm sensing a presence I've not felt since. And then there's the line of, when I met you, I was but the learner, now I am the master. Sorry, when I left you, I was but the learner, now I am the master. Well, we've always assumed after Revenge of the Sith came out that that is the moment he's referring to. Sensing Obi-Wan's presence on Mustafar, and obviously the fight on Mustafar. Well, it turns out actually that they've fought after that, which again, the Emperor must be doing his nutting, because the Emperor knows that Yoda's still alive, and they know that Obi-Wan's still alive, and they must be sending out troopers and scouring the entire universe for these two Jedi, because Sidious must be thinking in the back of his mind that these are two of the 12 Jedi Council members. Like, they could come back and get me. Like, so it's gonna be so fucking cool that Vader and Kenobi have another fight. So cool.
I just can't wait. So when you watch A New Hope, bearing in mind it came out first, you get the interaction between Obi-Wan and Vader, and okay, like, it's iconic, but when you actually watch it, it's kind of really strange, because you don't know, other than the fact that he used to teach him, you don't know much about that relationship, and actually there's not particularly tons of emotion there. It's very kind of matter of fact, I'm here to do a job, I'm going to fight you, done. And then the fight on Mustafar is the complete opposite. It's like this heart-wrenching, these two people, they see each other as brothers, as actual family, and they have to fight each other, like face each other down, and
yeah, they know each other's moves, like when they twist the lightsabers and do the force.
So it's going to be so interesting to kind of see not just the actual fight itself, but kind of the emotional kind of strain, and you get the fact that Vader's turned to the dark side, so therefore his emotions, he doesn't care as much about that whole situation. But to see Obi-Wan like deal with seeing him again is just going to be crazy.
And we're going to get a very different Obi-Wan, played by Ewan McGregor, to what we've had. Episode 1, he's kind of that little bit cocky, thinks he's better. Episode 2, you've got that kind of father figure who's always disapproving of Anakin almost. He's like, oh, you're not ready for this, you're not listening to me, blah, blah, blah. And then you've got episode 3, where he kind of sees himself as a brother to Anakin, instead of that father figure now, where they are like almost equals. And that kind of, he's higher up on the Jedi Council, in the Jedi Order, one of the big dogs. But then he's always been quite happy and chirpy, whereas we're going to see a very, very different Obi-Wan in this. And you know what, although it's going to be sad to see, I am so damn excited. I don't know whether I've told you that, but I am so excited.
You haven't mentioned it, mate. You haven't mentioned it.
No, not at all.
So that kind of is everything we want to cover. I'm sure there's going to be more stuff come out. We're currently, we're still a couple months away. So going to be interesting to see what comes out over the next 2-3 months. We will try and keep you guys up to date as and when more confirmations come out, as and when more rumours come out. We're sharing stuff all the time on socials, so get over on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, either at the Jedi in Exile or at Jedi in Exile. On all of those handles, you'll find us nice and easily. All the links are in the description down below anyway. And other than that, thank you very much for your support. We hope that you guys are as excited about Kenobi as we are. Let us know down in the comments below what you are very excited to see. And we will see you guys all in the next one.
Nice one. May the force be with you, everyone. Take care.